All right. I wanted to have something each week, Jeremy, where we could either, have you receive exercise suggestions, exercise questions, like anything like that. So, um, maybe, I'll have Andy kick us off. I don't know do you have anything?
No.
Okay. All right. All right. 'Cause I know something. I mean, this has been a very, we did a good job covering. All right. Tell me when you're doing there's an exercise that we just did in this past week, I believe, and there was the relay finisher, and it's kind of like a high knee and hip opener and things like that. Is there a source that came from? What do you like best
I think it's
about
like a
it?
track and field stuff, right? It's like, you do track and field and runners, sprinters, like when you're getting warmed up, you see runners do like A steps or like the high knee hip rotation to get your hips warmed up. It could be actually, people tend to like, I know Jason, people like sometimes like they do the finisher before they actually do the workout. I've heard that. So like this, if anything, like even if somebody was coming in here and they were trying to get their body moving, that's one thing I'll suggest, like active stretching. Whether you're doing a walking lunge, a walking side lunge, you work your way up to like doing butt kicks, but butt kicks where you're actually have some locomotion, you're moving forward. High knees. I might incorporate like if I was working with an athlete, I might do the A steps, high knees hip rotation to get the hips opened up. So it really is the focus of exaggerating, really getting your knee up out to the side. So if you're here, out to the side, it's going to help with hip mobility, loosen up the hip joints. So when you go to sprint, it'll be a little easier, faster, and again, it's a way to warm your body up without doing any static stretching. So it's more like a dynamic a stretch. So is a test of coordination, right? There's some buoyancy in there, balance in there. So you got a balance challenge in there. So still, and again, agility, right? So that's the purpose behind some of those things, just to kind of bring any athlete that did like track or any type of sport, it kind of brings them back to it. Wow, the people that haven't done it before, get comfortable, be uncomfortable to work on something to help you with your coordination and your balance.
So a guy like me with tight hips and maybe in need of a little bit more coordination is probably a good exercise for me, right? Like it's a medicine that you hate is a medicine you should take, right?
Yeah, and then like you find that you have like hip issues, like knowing that, doing like a quadruped, dirty dog or hydrant, maybe those are things you should focus on too before you even get into doing like high knee hip rotations. Like that should be your first warm up. More things that are slower pace, like get down on the ground and open your hips by doing like a hydrant, because that's the same motion, right? But it's in more of a controlled and not as aggressive. But then when you get up there, you'll have a better chance of getting your knee up higher as you go away from the body.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of what you said in an earlier video. It's like identifying people and giving them a bit of homework, like, hey, come early next time and do like these hydrants before you start because you got these tight hips and we should work on that, right?
Yeah, that's like what came back with Carlos Santana, like how he stressed. I have a girl here that has she had hip replacement. Well, we have several who have hip replacement. One lady is she blows out the park. I can't believe how strong she is after having this surgery. We have one girl who's in her early 40s. She's not like but she feels like it's like is like holding her back. So one thing Carlos Santana said, yeah, I believe it was Carlos Santana, was like have them do hip bridges, right? She said people that hip bridge and walk, hip bridge and walk, hip bridge and walk. So she tends to like skips out on a lot of the finishers because they're a little faster. So like her and Florinda will walk after 9 o'clock. But I have her before she comes in. And if there is a station that does bother her, because she will modify, like she will do the long, like the long jump. She won't really do that. She won't do that. So she'll do like some standing bicycle. I'm like, no, get down and give me as many hip bridges you can get with a mini or without. Just do some hip bridges so she can get comfortable. And so her goal when she comes with before she leaves here is to do 2 to 500 hip bridges before she leaves.
Wow, okay, dang, that's good. It's a lot of hip bridges.
There's a lot of bridging because she comes in and
Somebody,
talks anyway. She's here talking. So I'm like, hey, you can still talk and do some bridges. Go ahead.
somebody better let JC know there's somebody in a competition with the amount of hip thrusting and hip bridging he does.
For real.
Go. Did you have a question?
One question we have had in weeks past is what's the purpose behind the one-handed jumping jack?
Just another variation.
There's another variation.
Instead of us doing, predator jacks and jumping jacks and seal jacks and crisscross jacks, if you want to do it, listen, I'm not going to feel offended if you just do a regular jumping jack. There's another variation to add something different. So if you're doing a jumping jack, is not every week a woman has a jumping jack, so or a seal jack, crisscross jack, so just a different variation. Nothing really behind it that's going to benefit you from doing all the jumping jack.
Yeah, variety, right? That's the thing. The secret to our program design, and we will do a separate call where we go deeper on, making sure that you as coaches know all the elements of the program design and why they're there and, how they're helpful to people and all that kind of stuff. But I will say this real quick. One of the secrets of the program design is repeating the same movement patterns and the same components, yet providing enough variety to keep people interested, right? So that's an interesting.
Like the push-ups, right? We do push-ups all the time, but it's now always just your standard push-up. It might be a push-up, blast off push-up. This week we're doing a 3-way push-up because it could get repetitive. So you got to add some variety, to it, but still accomplishing the same movement. So with a jumping, single arm jumping jack, nothing different. Just making it different from the actual jumping jack.
Yeah. Final question. I want to be respectful of your time, but I consider Corning to be one of the most engaging locations. And so if you're sitting in the office and you have coaches out on the floor, maybe you're watching through the window and also listening. What are you listening for and what are you watching for?
So what I'm listening for are names being called. Because even if you can't get to everybody, we actually were talking about this. So Barb Eunice just came up from Horsehead, and she was like, this one thing. She said, you can talk to me all you want, while I'm working out, but can you not? She didn't want her name to be said. And I'm like, well, that's gonna be hard because I know for a fact, for one of my goals when I go out there, is I know that I'm not gonna be able to touch everyone, especially in a big class, everyone like I want to, because I might get caught up spotting somebody on something. And so the way I know I can do that is by, just saying, all right, Victoria, let's go. Even if she's across the room, I'm going to keep my eye on, or Barb, I can see Barb at the ropes from across the room. All right, Barb, I see you, I see you going fast on the ropes, go faster. So not necessarily me being, one-on-one right with her, but it's me saying her name, right? So I always listen to that. If there's being names being said, if there's someone being said a lot, if I hear Kayla, it's like, why is it only to focus on Kayla? What's up with Kayla? Why can't we call somebody else, out, that's in the class, right? So that's one thing I'm listening to. I'm also looking for, well, first of all, song choices. I believe with a hurricane like this week's workout and a Tabata workout, it got to be a fast-paced playlist. It has to be there's this one I love. It's called Beat Down Tribal. It's the whole time is there's your reggaeton. It's just din, 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 it's the fast pace. So it's a fast workout. So they're gonna go with the beat. Now if it's a 25-second workout, 20-second workout, and you're listening to some hardcore slow rap music, is you're not setting the tone for the class, right? So I listen for stuff like that. Would I enjoy that workout? Does it make it me want to move? Because there are times I'm like, damn, this playlist is terrible. What is going on? It is so slow. It is so slow when this should be a fast workout. AMRAP, that's more strength and stuff like that. I might throw some hard rock on, or the stuff that is that wants you to push weight, get off me type feel to it. So I listen for that. And I do look for a lot of hands-on, appropriate touching. Rather it's if someone's doing a row, or a lot of times deadlifting out. Like I actually will put my hand on someone's spine to show that they're in spinal alignment, that they're in line. Like I look for that, especially if I'm in my office and I can see if you're by the ropes and the dumbbells pretty clear. So I will see if I see within that time if any coaches come to those areas like battle ropes, slams, have your hands high. I see it a lot. So that's the stuff I look for, from like afar.
Yeah, that was good. Names, music,
Yeah.
engagement. I think you just gave everybody a very important challenge for the new year. Learn names. It might be that the only reason people are saying Kayla is because it's the only name that they've learned, right? Like, that's a problem, right?
Crushing them.
Or they're crushing on
Question,
her.
or like
Or Kayla's a
that's-
superstar, not a wallflower.
that's like the favorite client, right? So it's like, hey, we know Kayla gonna be here. We know Kayla's saying, so let's go to somebody else. I want to hear somebody else's name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and music, that's good. Try out new playlists on your own,
Yeah.
probably is a good idea. Like you're like, I want to try a new playlist today, and it sucks, and half the workout, like,
And
crap.
so that's the thing too. Like you might, and I do this often since I have a 20-minute commute. Like I might just pick a station on Fit Radio to try it out, and they might sound good to start, but all of a sudden, like you like 5 songs in, and the whole mood changes. So like, really try to, even if you're in the office doing office work, I have it on my phone. Like I might just play certain stations, but okay, this one is a good station. And I also, and there every time too, like since we go on and off. Like if I do station 1, go another coach to 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm up at the iPad first or iPod first, I sometimes even there's like stations I like the middle of it. Like I don't want to hear the beginning of it, so I'll go to that station and start it at the middle of the playlist and not the top. And then I know like, okay, I know from the middle to the end is fire, right? So I'll just do that. And then maybe round 2, I pick a different station. You know what I mean? Just to keep the flow going, keep the energy high. If I know again a playlist is gonna suck towards the end, like I will definitely change it up after the demonstrations of round 2.
Yeah, 2 playlists can be very good too when you're trying to please 2 different audiences. Like our 9 a.m.
Exactly.
had-
Exactly. So like, and I know there's classes that they want, some classes want rock, some classes don't. So like I might, play something more modern and hip hop or, just like regular music. And then I might do like in round 2, might be a little more like, rock and roll just to kind of please everybody.
really good.
I like the ones while I'm mopping, just like,
Andy says try out the new ones while he's mopping. That's good.
Good idea.
well,
Yeah.
anytime if anybody like in this group discovers a really good playlist, share it.
That's what
Yeah.
We just wrote down that tribal.
Yeah.
So the tribal pulled up and it's tribal, yeah. Beat down tribal, but then there's like volume 3, but what's the one that you guys use?
I'll tell you my favorite one. I'll go real quick.
Okay.
And something I'll say that while Jeremy's grabbing that is I am happy to give my login info to anybody that wants to add it to their phone. Like if somebody wants to add that app to their phone, I'm quite positive I have multiple login capability. It's probably the Pro one or whatever. So if that's something you want on your phone for your own personal workouts, your jogs, you're like, hey, I'm going to try this out in the car. Like Jeremy said, talk to me. I give you the login and you can have it. That makes us
So
all.
it's
Yeah.
Beat Down Tribal Edition Volume 11.
Oh, volume 11.
Well, yeah, good thing Cindy asked. You got to go deep
Yeah.
into the volumes for that.
It's
Cause I have volume 12, 13, 8, 6, 5, 1, 14, 15, 3, no 11.
for real.
That's
I
so
wonder if I can-
stupid.
I wonder if I can share it with you.
Oh, you're saying you don't have it on there as a
I'm
choice?
saying it's not, I got every other thing, tribal, everything, but no 11.
Cindy likes tearing up the 2000s. That one's rock. the whole-
2000.
That rock.
Try-
time through.
Yeah.
That's a good and Sewing Disco.
Oh, yeah.
How do you share it, Jeremy? You're sharing it with Cindy, the volume 11?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it on my phone because I know there's playlists that I don't know why it is that I can get on my phone that I can't get on the work iPod. Like I had this one, it's called Booty, like it's like some booty one.
Yeah.
And it's like a good like throwback, but I can't find it on the work phone. So let me see if I can find it on
Put in volume 11.
Yeah, we have a
It's not-
facility phone,
Huh.
Apple phone, you know, but, so that's interesting.
This triple pound good one.
Well,
There's Disco
probably-
Battle 2 Old vs. New Hits is a good one.
what is it? What was the other one?
Disco Battle 2
Disco
Old
Battle?
versus.
I think we played that.
I might have put it on yours.
Okay. Disco Battle 2,
I think we do play it. Or
Old.
versus new. Yeah, we played that.
old versus
Okay.
new.
It is good.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is. I'm gonna stop our recording, but Jeremy, thanks for doing the Q&A and thanks for being here and looking forward to the weeks to come where people can all grow together and get better. So thank you for that.
Gotcha.